welcome back. And if you tuned in late, we are celebrating Gallabrae, which is the big event coming up in May for our community and anyone around who wishes to come. And the Scottish invasion is going to happen at Furman University on Saturday the 24th. And everyone is invited. Now, I want to, Jay Spivey, I'll just reintroduce you very quickly. And he's the one that does all this work all year long to get ready for this. And next to him, we have another lovely young lady, and she is going to be at the games as well. And she is Miss Greenville Scottish Games Teen.
Yes, ma'am.
And so this is Berkeley Bryant.
Yes.
Thank you. And you are a student?
I'm a student at Glenview Middle School in Anderson.
All right. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And also, we want to introduce, we don't want to leave her out because she's very, very important today, Donna Gotchel. And she has what they call We Scotland. So this is a big thing. So what do you have planned for We Scotland?
Oh, Peggy, we have lots of things planned. Basically, we have our own field just for the wee ones, and that's your children. And we have everything from the kilted mile. We have all kinds of sport activities. We have prizes. Just everything that the big field has, we have the same thing. We have pipers coming through. We have wood fairies with tea parties. We have climbing walls, Robert the Bruce Smith Sting Cave. I just can't.
And you also, and there is some supervision so that it is a safe place for small children.
Yes, Peggy, I have over 70 volunteers that come to help me put it all together to make sure that your children are safe, to make sure that they have a good time. And they're from age 15, 16 on up to in their 70s that are retired. And these are people that come every year because they love the children and they enjoy doing it.
And We Scotland starts with what? What age group are you looking for?
Really, anything infants up. There's not a lot of things. We even have a sandbox for the smaller children.
Oh, how nice.
So we have everything for every age. We have a kilted mile that it's divided up into different ages that they can run in the kilted mile. We have the sheep toss.
So they have competitions for the wee ones as well.
We do. It's wonderful. They have the sheep toss just like the older Scottish men do. And we have the caber toss. We have the kilted mile. And there are also prizes on the stage at 2:30. Here's the children crossing now.
Yeah, that's from a couple of years ago.
Yes, it is.
And they have a wonderful time.
They have their own kilts to wear for the kilted mile. So we have a great time. If your children don't come, they will miss out.
I think the one thing that to me is so precious about this event is that it's family oriented. And there's so many things today that we don't have that. And the influence is there for the family.
Yes, we are very careful that everything can be included in a family, especially in We Scotland. We have different ages, like you said. We have the climbing wall for the bigger children. We have slides, inflatable slides, and we have archery that is very well attended with mature adults. But they get to try things that they've never tried before. They get to make kilts for their dolls and their animals. It's more fun than I can share.
And I guess there will be some sheepdogs there.
We'll have border collies there doing demonstrations during the day.
The sheep and the border collies, that's a separate event.
Separate.
But it's fun to watch.
Oh my gosh.
The way those dogs herd those sheep.
They're so well trained. And we're also, I think, having a Clydesdale at the games this year, which will be something different. And Clydesdale being a Scottish breed of draft horse, it'll be kind of neat having one of those there as well. It won't be in the We Scotland section, but we'll have, I think, a mare in its foal, which will be
We're going to pray for good weather. And this is a day-long event. So don't think you'll go in and in an hour you'll be. There's so much you couldn't take it all in a day.
Well, it's going to be so exciting because plus having all the Miss South Carolina contestants from all over the state. And we've developed such a great reputation because our Miss Greenville Scottish Games and Miss Scottish Games team are just such outstanding people as far as spreading the word about the games and all that, that we're really looking forward to having the pageant people show up, which I think will be huge fun.
It really will. All of these contestants, I've actually talked to them personally, and they are so excited about coming. They haven't gotten to come in the past, so they're really excited to get to experience the games this year.
Yeah, and it's something set apart. It's unique.
Well, I tell you, whether it's the kids, and I noticed this last year in particular, if you take a 7 or 8-year-old that's never seen bagpipes before, or you take one of the pageants that had never been around a pipe band, and you put them there at the opening ceremonies when there are hundreds playing in unison together, it not only shakes the ground, it shakes the soul to a certain extent. And it doesn't matter your age, but you see children's eyes get wide because they all like a drummer. They all they all think that's fascinating. And so really it's interesting seeing first timers, and you can kind of pick them out of the crowd because their eyes get so big and they're like, gosh, this is just shocking.
So this is a big day event, and the cost is
$15 for adults at the
for an adult, and that's a real bargain. Very little more than the cost of a movie. And it's exciting. It really is. And there are things that go back in history that bring our American history in front of us.
Very much so.
This is because we have so many of our ancestors.
Oh gosh, and
in the South, particularly.
In the South in particular, and the upstate in particular. And with the Scots having the clans, it was very similar to the Indians and their tribes. So a lot of the settlers in this area and in North Carolina and in the region got along well with the Indians because they kind of came from the same kind of family structure. So there was a lot of similarities between clan life and kind of the Indians from a tribe standpoint. And then much later, one of the heads of the Cherokee Nation was part Scottish, and so it's really a fascinating historical relationship in the upstate.
Now, as soon as this game ends, you'll start thinking about next year. How many years now have we had this?
This is our 9th year, so next year is our big 10-year anniversary. Ooh. And it feels like it's flown by. But we keep, it's funny, we sell more tickets each year, we bring more people each year, we, do better and change and improve the entertainment and the food and everything else each year. So we've progressed every step of the way, all with a volunteer organization, which is pretty amazing.
And of course, it's all contained right there within the Furman University, which also makes it nice.
Right, and we could not have a better partner in the games and the parade than Furman University. We really couldn't, because it's the most perfect setting. And you can see the mountains off in the distance.
Off in the distance.
It's great.
Yeah.
And Peggy, he said it was 15 for the adults, but it's only 5 for the children.
That's right.
And once they walk in the door, everything is free after that.
Yeah.
There's no additional
charges.
charges.
Ticket and walk in, you can
and they have face painting
everything.
and pencil portraits and free IDs, and everything is free when they walk in the gate. It's all provided.
And of course, there are things for sale.
Lots of things.
Not only the food, but good,
We have lots of vendors there, and they're selling everything from kilts and Scottish t-shirts to hats and kilt pins and jewelry, and it's a pretty good cross-section of everything Celtic, which is nice.
Oh, you bet. And so the parade is Friday night, and you don't want to miss it. So that's 6 o'clock on the 23rd, and you want to be there ahead of time. And that's right down Main Street.
Right down Main Street, from North Street all the way down past the Peace Center.
So, and then on Saturday morning at 8:30, get the family together and head for Furman University, because the Scottish Invasion is coming. And we have a website, and I hope they did put that up. And so if you want more information, there it is. And you work, I know, Jay, tirelessly. You work month after month putting all this together, because this doesn't just happen.
No, and we've got one of the best group of volunteers that I've ever come to know in a lot of the things I've worked in my past, and they're passionate people that really care a lot about this. And this is no one person can do any of this. It's too much. So without, we need the Donnas of this world, because Donna has made We Scotland just into a legendary thing. So it takes a lot of good people.
Okay, now Donna, how did you get involved in this?
I actually, Deb Sofield, who was our water commissioner, called me one day and said, I have a very good friend, Dee Benedict, and you're an organizer. She needs help with something. I want you to call Ann, who was working with it then, and I called Ann, and she said, can you help me? And I said, oh, I'm not Scottish, but it sounds like so much fun. So I got involved, and every year she gave me a little more. And about 3 or 4 years ago, she sails during the year, and she asked if I could take over as director, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
So that rests on your shoulders, all those events for these small children.
Yes, all the volunteers, and probably over 30 events, and 10 or 15 performers. Wandering Braveheart comes through, the Pipers come through. So we have about 5,000 to 7,000 people come through We Scotland. So, it's a wonderful privilege to get to do it.
And I love the Scottish dancing. It's so beautiful. And it kind of, you can see where our square dancing in America came from.
Very much so. And same thing with kind of folk music in America, had its roots in Scottish and Irish folk music. So there's a tremendous amount of crossover with that.
Well, everybody, you don't have to have a drop of Scottish blood, but you can still come and enjoy it. And everybody is welcome. And put it on your calendar, because it's a special event for the upstate. And wherever you are, if you're with the sound of my voice, you're welcome. And they'll all be there. And I'm excited. I can't wait. So put it on your calendar now. And remember, the Scots are coming, and we'll never be the same again. Thank you all so much for coming and sharing today. And we wish you well. We'll just end and say, Scots way.